You're welcome to another episode. Yes, this is still Real Estate Business with Debo. But you know that on Fridays, what I try to do is to bring you doers. Okay, people that have added action to what it is that they picked up from some of our trainings and programs that we've been running for years now, ages. If you're out there and you've not attended any of these trainings, this is about time. It's about time. Knowledge is power. Where some people say applicable knowledge, but you see, before you even can go to the point of applying, you have to know first. And this program, this particular episode, Doers on Friday, is to celebrate those that have come to learn and have gone to utilize so that we can judge and see how it has benefited them. I have on set today one of our past participants. He attended the program then we used to call it Real Estate Business Course. Of course, it was a one-stream program at the time, as in one module program at the time. We've gone ahead to restructure it right now. It's now about 3 headings and all, but I mean, it was still loaded when he attended. That was in 2019. That was when he attended our program. It was one of the streams, 39 participants. He's gone on to do marvelously well with some of the things he picked up at the session, and that is what we'll be talking about today. So, stay tuned as I will be joined by Mr. Femi Adeboyejo. Okay, I'll bring him on shortly. We'll be right back.
Real Estate Independence Fast Track course is not something you want to joke with at all. Loads and loads and loads of learning and information and benefits await you at the next one. All you need to do is ensure that you register for your next Fast Track course. We're looking forward to seeing you. You want to be financially free? I hope you know that you will retire someday, and you probably are desirous of doing business with real estate or investing property for yourself, for your use. You need to learn about it before you make that next move. I tell people, you want to buy properties, you want to invest in property one way or the other, don't give it until you attend the next Real Estate Entrepreneurs Fast Track course. See you there.
Welcome back. So with me is Femi Adeboyejo of brand Aluminium. I mean, if you've not tried this guy out in your aluminium business, I mean, your projects, aluminium wise, you probably missing. Not probably, you are missing. You know why I can say that? Because yes, he's working for us. He has gone to work for us after we met here in 2019, but then we've done some business together. He's worked on some of our projects. Currently on our site right now, doing some stuff with our, I think you're doing some windows for us, yes, and some railings, yes, right? Yes, okay. Yes. And some, what do they call grills, that stuff? Grills, you know? Yeah. So he's doing that for us on one of our sites. And yeah, Femi, yes, nice to have you on the set.
It's a wonderful pleasure.
Right. So, you see, the only thing that gives anybody right to be on this set is that you are a doer.
Yes, so.
So, I'd like to congratulate you for being a doer. Let's do a COVID greeting. Yes, so. You're welcome. Yes, you're welcome. Yes, so, tell us about the program you attended. How did you get to even know about School of Estate? School of Estate is our arm through which we run a lot of our programs. Realty Point also runs some programs, but majorly a lot of our programs are run through School of Estate. So how did you get to know about School of Estate, the course you attended?
So back in 2018, because of the nature of kind of job I do, I always get in contact with clients who, when we finish the project, they want to sell the house, they want to do, stuff like that in real estate. So 1 or 2 times I've tried to get it done, and I made some nice money. But I got to a point I realized that I could actually do this better. And I needed to get knowledge. I didn't want to just do it. The way I do my things, I didn't want to do it, So I just went online and just searched for real estate school. And then it popped
School of Estate came up. So go online now and check out School of Estate and then sign up for the next course. Yes, go ahead.
And I watched all the testimonies, I checked online because I did some due diligence, watched all the testimonies. Then I drove to your office.
Okay. Wow.
Just to verify.
Can you imagine? This guy is a due diligence doer. He's not just a doer, right?
So, and I met Mr. Adogundade there.
Okay, yes.
And, so that was it.
Wow. That's interesting. So that was in 2018?
Yes. No,
So,
early 2000. I started my journey in 2018.
18,
but
okay.
Early 2019.
That was when you drove to the office and all. And then you came for the program Stream 19, 39 in 2019.
Yeah.
How was that program? How was it? So you've done your due diligence, then you've put money on the table. You now say, okay, let me check out these guys. Haven't paid for the course. How was it?
So for me, it was 3 points. I mean,
Okay.
it was
Three-dimensional. Okay.
You know. So number one, I came in empty.
Okay.
I came out loaded. Because, I didn't really know anything about real estate. It was just an opportunity I saw, and I just wanted to exploit. You know. But by the time I was leaving, the combination of all the courses expanded my view. I began to see real estate in a very, very different perspective. You know, my understanding was just buy, sell, you know, and there were so many other things that I didn't look into at that
take
time.
cognizance of.
Yeah, so but by the time at the end of the course, I realized that it was huge. I didn't have to go the way everybody was going. There were other areas.
You can create a niche,
you know,
and drive in there.
You know, so that was number one for me. Number two was I met a lot of cool guys. I made a lot of friends. You know that.
I've probably done a lot of business.
Yeah, so
that.
you know.
You see, I mean that's connection. I tell people, look, this is what I tell people. I say, you know, you attend trainings for a number of reasons. One of it can be that, of course, one of it should be that you are gaining knowledge, you know. But you see, there is one very important part of it that people don't take cognizance of, and that is network. Yeah. You're increasing, you are broadening your network. I mean, he coming now on that course. I mean, I don't know. Maybe as at that time, you paid probably less than 200,000 for that program. We won't tell you the volume of work, job he has had to do for us, and we have paid him. We paid this guy. This guy has collected far much more money from us than he paid us. You can imagine that. Just imagine that. Now, if he had not come for that program, he gained. He wouldn't have gotten that business with us because probably we wouldn't have known him. At least not now. Probably not yet. Okay? But guess what? It's not just, realty point. He met other people who they did the program with, they bonded, and only God can determine the extent of value that you continue to draw on those relationships.
I was just speaking with one of those guys.
Your classmates,
yesterday there's a project that he's working on that we are discussing.
Okay.
That so he was giving me
updates on it, you know.
So and I was telling him that I have a date to Mr. Debo today.
Yeah, you can.
I just laughed about it.
You know. So that's the network. The network. Then you said there is a third one.
The third part was that I wanted to do an online. I wanted to do some training.
You wanted to do trainings. You actually mentioned that in the class. Go ahead.
In my own
field. Yeah.
So when I came, the setup, the way the old school was planned, the way the classes were planned, back to back, the organization, it was also something that I took.
You had to learn from.
You
copied. you didn't paste. I'm sure you didn't paste. You did a few adjustments and then downloaded.
So for me, it was a dream come true. It was a dream come true.
Fantastic.
I've not been the same since then.
Great. I tell people.
I'm learning every day.
Every day, right? I tell people this. There are probably very few things that are still new under heaven, if there is at all. In fact, what I subscribe to say is that there is nothing new under heaven.
At all.
Really. So, a lot of us, what we call our initiatives are just re-edited copies
of what somebody else
of what we've seen somewhere else or what we've been inspired by. Do you understand? There has to be an inspiration. You have to draw inspiration from somewhere, from something, and then you edit. So I usually tell people, hey, life is about copying. Don't carbon copy though. Don't carbon copy. As in don't carbon copy, CC, that email stuff. Blind copy. That's what I tell people. Blind copy is such that, you've copied, but I'm not saying that you've copied. So you've copied, but you've added some of your own stuff, to it. That's what I tell people. So don't carbon copy, blind copy. But by all means, copying, the whole world is a copycat. That's it. So don't shy away from that. They will say, no. But don't just copy my pastor and somebody that respect a lot will say it this way: don't copy and paste. You know, just don't copy and paste. Copy, though, but then, you know, do some adjustments and then you can download it. So I can remember in that class, because one of the things that earned him the opportunity to be able to appear on Doers on Friday is that I remember very vividly in the class. You've been doing trainings before on your aluminum. He's an aluminum guy, like I said, very good at it. You need to patronize this guy. I'm sure we'll drop his contact details, email or whatever he wants to give us in the comment section. Get in there and copy, contact him, maybe the website or whatever. Any link that can link up to his organization, you need to patronize him. You need to patronize him, okay? I tell you that because I've experienced it. And if you know me, I just don't tell you. I just don't endorse people just for endorsement's sake, okay? So, you mentioned in the class that you've been doing trainings before. Then you stopped at the time because it was infringing into the main business. And you've been thinking of how to restart that. And you said, okay, this is giving you an idea. And you mentioned that you are going to start. I said, no problem. I mean, start as soon as possible. Have you started now?
Yes, we did. We did a class last year. We had to quickly, almost immediately after I left I had to quickly reorganize our boardroom to fit in a class, you know, and bought chairs, bought all sorts of things, you know. I just wanted it to be set up the same way.
Almost the same way.
And it worked. And we had our first class last October.
Wow.
We had, 15 people, and then we had 3 ladies who
wanted to learn about aluminum. Can you imagine?
You know, and the class was, in fact, this year, if not for the pandemic, we'll have had the first one in March.
Okay.
But I mean, if I show you my messages, my phone, people are calling. Yesterday, somebody called me from Zimbabwe.
You can imagine. No, you can imagine that.
Somebody called me from Zimbabwe. The guy was virtually begging for an online class, and I told him, "Don't worry, we're going to do," because once they go online, and just like I searched for School of Estate, they search for Aluminium School, and our website just pops up.
Wow, you can imagine. Okay, your school, you named it Aluminium
Business School.
Aluminium Business School. Hey, can you see that? Aluminium Business School. Man. You know what? I was watching a video of a guy. Because, you see, we don't know. You know, I told you in that class also, if you remember, that we are starting our own vocational stuff also. That is still in the cooler. We are still working it out. But you see, a lot of people don't know the inherent value in these trades. But some few people who know, in fact, they are catching in and just running to the banks. I mean, you did study aluminum, for example.
I studied science.
Let's ask this guy. How did you get into aluminum?
It was interesting. I studied soil science.
Soil science,
yes. Pedology.
Can you imagine that? Okay, so how did you get into aluminum?
And I went to the University of Agriculture, Makurdi.
Wow.
So I came out.
So we lost a farmer.
I came out of university.
Okay.
I was searching frantically for a job.
Okay.
All the jobs I got were bank jobs. I hated bank.
Wow, you were like me. I got a bank job. I jumped into it for 8 years. Meritorious award winner.
I hated to the idea of sitting there in a place
and be confined.
I mean,
that
was not my nature at all. So all the jobs I was getting was bank, and I just told my dad that no, I don't want to work in a bank. But how choicy the
offer was.
I didn't like it, you know.
That's a guy who knows what he wants. I mean, early on in life, he already knew what he wanted and went for it. Great.
So there was this guy. There was this he's a family friend. He's a much older family friend.
Okay.
He just resigned. He was a builder, or he was into construction.
Okay.
They do roads, and so he just resigned from
that construction company.
And he wanted to start
on his own.
And for whatever reason, he just wanted to do aluminum.
Okay.
Great guy. He's still my boss today.
Wow.
In fact, he's one of our lecturers at the Aluminium
Business School. At the Aluminium Business School. Can you imagine? Like I got Mr. Akela, the late Mr. Akela, my great mentor, you know. He was my customer in the bank. And of course, in fact, he was already having an institute. He called it Realtors Institute at the time.
Okay.
But once we started Realty Point, he became an investor, also was selected as one of our directors, because of his areas of competence and all of that. And then he just approached me one day. I said, Debo, this seminar, we used to have seminar then. And I told him, sir, I want to make this thing into a school. He said, Debo, look, this thing that I've been doing, I really is eating into my time. Can we just merge it and then you continue? I said, well, no problem. I mean, let's put it together. And that was how School of Estate started. Of course, he was one of our lecturers from day one till his passage last year,
So I just ran into him by chance one day. I think he drove past our house, wanted to, and I just asked him, what was happening? What are you doing now? He said, I studied at Aluminium. I said, I'm not doing anything now. Let me just be tagging along. I said, no problem. He just started, so he will need
all the help.
So I was staying at the Kodu. He stays at Yaba. So every day I wake up 4:35 to be at his home.
4:35. So when I talk about doers, there are people who will not care about the challenges, because a lot of people will tell you, I can't wake up 4:35. That is why somebody will not do that stuff. One is not going to be paid, or there is no agreed payment. This is a young graduate who needs all the money. There is no agreed payment. Then he has to wake up 4:35 to make it to the workplace where they are not really paying, no guarantee.
No guarantee payment.
But this is a guy that knows what he wants. Yeah, go ahead.
So I will do that, wake up, get to his house. I mean, when I get to his house by 6:30 to 7, he'll probably just be waking up. So I'll go to the living room, sleep on this couch, continue my own sleep.
Yeah, part two.
So when he's ready, he'll just tap me and say, let's go.
Let's go, wow.
And then we'll go. I mean, I was young. I didn't know much of Lagos, even though I lived in Kodo all my life.
Yeah.
And then we'll drive into Parkview, and I'll see all those big my picture of aluminium was all those guys who have small shops.
In the what's that aluminium village?
And then they will wear uniform. Yeah. And then so that was the picture I had about aluminium business. Then when we began to drive into Parkview, and then we'll drive to VGC, and then we'll drive. And I'll be seeing all those big buildings. And then when he's negotiating, I'll be hearing millions. 10 million, 50 million. And I'll be like, what?
What is it? What's going on here?
Isn't that this? That was how I ended up working on. I mean, that was how I ended up working with him for 5 years. And after 3 years, I just resigned.
And started your own. And you see, again, he didn't burn the bridge, because I wanted us to take some lessons. Because he resigned, yes, we all have to move on sometimes. Yeah. I mean, we all have to move on. But he left the place. The man is still a lecturer in his school right now. That is still that. The relationship is still intact.
He was the first person I called. The moment I made up my...
It was the first person
I called him Uncle B. I was Uncle B. I want to do this. He said, I'm in support. That's it. Which course do you want me to take? As I said,
relationship is very, very key in anything you do, man. It's very, very key. Wow. So you've gone on to I'm sure you've done a number of things. You've after School of Estate, you've the insight you got and all of that, you've used it in a number of fronts. But this is one major one for me. I mean, and for me, once I heard that you started, I told you have to be on Doers of Friday. You just have to be on Doers of Friday, because that's how we like to encourage, so that people can see that, hey, for coming now, I mean, paying like under 200,000, you've started a school. That somebody in Zimbabwe is already calling. You are going into online course now. So if you package it very well, you'll be sleeping making money.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole idea.
That's the whole idea. You'll be sleeping and teaching people from anywhere in the world.
That's the whole idea.
And making dollars, you're making money.
That's the whole idea.
So that is it. I mean, you just have to do. And this is to attest to the fact that there is so much value when you attend School of Estate. We have programs cutting across construction, cutting across development, cutting across investment, cutting across agency. Agency. And all of these aspects, you can take those courses. I mean, right now we have programs that under weekday programs, and in 3 weeks or so, or 4 weeks, 4 to 5 weeks, 1 month, You can finish the whole, because we've now structured this somehow. There is the general course and there are areas of specialization. So if you want to take sales specialization, if you want to take development specialization, or if you want to take investment specialization, that's how we partition it. So there is the general class and then you take your specialization. But if you want to take the 3, fine. And there is a program now we actually have that is for a whole year.
Wow.
It's academy. Yes. Wow. It's the academy. That's actually how and where I mentor people. You come for these programs, you space how you attend it, and there are a lot of other juicy things in between. For example, yesterday, I was on the phone in a meeting with one of our current attendees in the academy. He's an academic guy. Guess what? This guy has attended the first few modules he wanted to do, and then he's trying his hands. He's actually starting out as a developer.
Wow.
And you know what? When at that meeting, I said, this is what people don't know they get to enjoy. Because you know what? We were sharing vital trade secrets with this guy. We were sharing vital trade secrets. He wanted to start up and we were giving him line by line
what he needs to do.
What he needs to do. I mean, telling him the type of lawyer he should look out for, what they should get, the way he should negotiate and all of that. The land he's planning to buy, I was the one that connected him to the agent that took him there.
Wow.
And then still guiding him as to how to deal with all of those things. How much can you really pay for that?
Awesome.
How much? How much can you really pay for that? The guy is planning to do a business of about over 100 million, for example.
Wow.
And he's getting free expert consultancy. If I really want to charge for that consultancy anyway, I won't charge you less than 10%.
Yeah.
That's 10 million naira, zero. That's 10 million naira, zero right, because he's attending an academy. Guess what he's paying for an academy? It's not up to 1 million naira. He got a discount. It's not up to 1 million naira. And he's getting all of that for free. So if you're out there, guys, and you're really intending to do real estate business, if you've not attended School of Estate, you probably are kidding. Yeah. I'm telling you, you probably are kidding. This is Femi here, sharing his experience with us. So, Femi, what would you tell? I've said all that I need to say, but I think they need to hear from you that they will say, Femi is the facilitator, is the one that is the alter ego of School of Estate. What will he say? You attended. Yeah. Can you recommend this school, or what will you be telling people in terms of recommending this school?
Okay, there's this old saying that seeing is believing. Sometimes one of the challenges we have as a people is that there's a lack of trust in the system, and then we doubt everything. We equate every class, every school. So somebody has done something to you before, then because of that you generalize. You say, that's the way. You've attended the training, they collected big money, but you didn't see value. Yeah, so you just generalize, But School of Estate is different. Is completely, the packaging, the courses, and the lecturers, the people. I remember this guy who came in. I've just forgotten his name now. Okay. He came in. He was just a mentor. He came in on the last day.
Yes, case study.
Okay. And he said he told us about his project that he did in Agboa, that he bought. When it was, I was like, Agboa, because I know Agboa very well.
Yeah. You grew up in Ikorodu.
And he said he made over 100 million from Agboa person. And I was like, what?
Yeah, I know the guy. I remember the guy. I'm a very close pal.
Yeah, I was like,
you have to adjust yourself that somebody is in my neighborhood.
I will not, if I had not met the guy and somebody had told
you that, you wouldn't
that it's impossible. That nobody is going to go to Agboa to buy land. But guess what? From what he said, I just realized that there's a way he packaged it. And everything he said to us that day was like, I consulted with Mr. Debo. I consulted with Mr. Debo. I consulted with Mr. Debo. Can you imagine? So he picked a lot of lessons and went out there. And he just said the first day he wanted to go out, the spirit told him to go to Agboa, and that was where he went to. So School of Estate is a combination of so many things in the real estate industry. If you really, really, really want to go into that industry, you need to come to School of Estate. It's important. I'm not going to, it's not as if I'm trying to brainwash you and because I'm on this one. No, it is something that
you've experienced.
I've experienced it. It's awesome. It's just awesome.
Thank you very much. Awesome. Thank you. And you just brought something out. The lecturers, we took time to ensure that we have people that are hands-on. So it's not academics at all. They are field people.
Yeah.
I mean, on this call that I was with this guy, I was on it with Steve. You know Steve?
Yeah.
He takes the construction and all
Yeah.
of that. I was on it with Steve also. They are hands-on. They are people who are on the field doing the job and also can pass the knowledge across to you. So it's not just one textbook. No. It's a business school. It's a business school and it's practical. And then you mentioned the case study, you know. So we
That
bring
case study
somebody,
was
we bring
fantastic.
different people of their experience, different sessions you have. So for his own stream, we brought a particular guy. For other streams, we bring different guys, you know, using our networking industry to just share their experience, how they started, how it has been and all. And it's usually, this is the feedback we always get about case study. It's usually very impactful. Yeah. So we will close with this.
All right.
What's next? What's next for Femi? Haven't attended School of Estate, done a few things. What's next? What are you? I know you've talked about going online with your school.
Yeah.
What other things? I mean, what's
Well, okay, so there's a part I didn't talk about. So
Okay.
immediately I left the school,
Yeah.
I went and registered Cole Properties Limited.
okay?
Cole Properties
Co
Limited.
Properties Limited.
You know, so that I've been using for my real estate.
Property agencies.
But
yeah.
what I have now done is I'm not going to go into building. I want to do renovations,
Okay.
and sales.
Okay,
You know,
great.
so I've started doing that
Some of
because
that.
I feel that one is a easier model for me
to combine with
yes,
what you are
combine what I'm
already doing.
now. Because of my knowledge base, it's easier for me than to go into
To real full-time development.
you know. So and that's what I've been doing, and
Great,
it's working.
great,
It's really
great,
working.
great.
So it's less stressful,
Yeah.
and it's money spinning too.
Wow, great. So Femi has gone on to do a few things, man. I mean, and he's going on to do even much more.
Amen.
So thank you very much, Femi.
welcome,
It's a
sir.
pleasure having you.
Thank you so
It's always our delight to see our participants, you know, make wave there in the industry. And we've been on now for over 10 years doing this. We have people, alumni all over.
Yeah.
All over the place, you know, all over the place, and it's very, very interesting. So it's a pleasure having you.
Thank you,
Okay, please, if you're out there and you've gone through School of Estate, you have a story to tell because you've utilized some of the things we teach in the school. You need to be on this set. All you need to do is get across to me, get across to anybody in School of Estate that you see probably have their contact, and say, hey, I have a story to tell. School of Estate has impacted me, and you will find yourself here one of these days. Okay, to do that, you can just also send us a comment in the link below. Remember, Femi's contact will be below. You need to patronize this guy. He does aluminium a great deal, and he has also told you a lot of the things that he does. If you are trying to learn about aluminium business, okay, you need to attend his school. You need to attend his school, okay? Just get in touch with him. His link also will be provided below. Thank you very much for watching. Till I come your way with another doer on a Friday, I remain yours sincerely, Debo Adejano. Femi, you want to say bye-bye?
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks. See you later. Bye. See you in another episode.
Real Estate Independence Fast Track course is not something you want to joke with at all. Loads and loads and loads of learning and information and benefits await you at the next one. All you need to do is ensure that you register for your next Fast Track course. We're looking forward to seeing you. Do you want to be financially free? I hope you know that you will retire someday, and you probably are desirous of doing business with real estate or investing property for yourself, for your use. You need to learn about it before you make that next move. I tell people, you want to buy properties, you want to invest in property one way or the other, don't do it until you attend the next Real Estate Entrepreneurs Fast Track course. See you there.